Good morning everyone, I'm Andre and I hope you've all been keeping safe and enjoying the extra time with your families. So today I want to talk to you about the word worrying, and specifically to stop worrying. I mean, if worrying was a sport, most of us would most probably be the team's most valuable person. Can you identify with this? It's so hard not to worry. So what does the word worry mean? So worry in the dictionary says to torment oneself with cares and anxieties of things that might happen. Let's read that again. To torment oneself with cares and anxieties of things that might happen. We are doing this to ourselves, guys. Secondly, we worry about potential situations and things that might never even happen. Also, what does this do to our bodies? According to the medical website WebMD, it affects our sleeping, it damages our relationships, it limits our performance, and the list goes on. So something that I found out is that we tend to worry about things that matter the most to us, and we try to solve them ourselves. We forget about God. We have the feeling that we can handle this, eh? Then when it's too late, we turn to God. And then there's stress. We can describe these two words in the following illustration. So worry is like a fire, and then stress is the fuel for this fire. So the more we think about it, the bigger the worry becomes. And in turn, the more we stress. And before we know it, this thing is way too big to handle for anyone, yet solving this ourselves. So, what do we do, guys? Firstly, we need to recognize that worrying can do nothing to solve the problem. However, it can make the problem bigger, as we just explained. Think of those times when you were not stressed, and think of how much more productive you were. How much more mental and emotional energy you had. Proverbs 12 verse 25 says, anxiety in the heart of a man causes depression, but a good word makes it glad. Wow. Then let's read the following verses. Isaiah 41 verse 10. It says, fear not, for I am with you, I will give you strength. This is the Lord speaking here. Matthew 11:28 says, come to me, you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Romans 14 verse 8. If we live for the Lord, and if we die for the Lord. So whether we live or die, we belong to the Lord. Guys, what are we worrying about? Whether we live or die, we belong to the Lord. There's nothing that we can change by worrying. Matthew 6 verse 25 says, no one can serve two masters. Either you will hate the one and love the other, or you will be devoted to the one and despise the other. Don't worry about everyday life, guys. This will only distract you from focusing on God. Again, worrying benefits no one. In other words, it has no fruits. God said in His word, He cares for the birds, and they don't sow or reap, as well as the flowers, yet they were dressed more beautifully than Solomon. The fact that Jesus died for us, does that make us worth more than them? God will not leave you in need, guys. Matthew 6 says, seek first the kingdom of God, and everything else will be added to us. So, next time, let's try and recognize when we worry and replace that worry with good thoughts. Do these things when you start worrying. 1. Start praying. One thing I've noticed is that it's difficult to pray and worry at the same time. Typically, we choose to worry. Next time, let's try and focus on praying and spending time on something that will actually help us. That was 1, so praying. 2, think healthy thoughts. Let's stop those bad thoughts in their track. As we said earlier, the more productive we are, the more productive we become. Thirdly, live grateful. You will find that people who live grateful are typically more joyful. They don't usually spend time worrying. So let's look for ways to be more grateful. This reminds me of some of the messages that's been coming through from Uncle Mike during this lockdown period, where he encourages you to find things that you are grateful for. Why? Because this distracts you from worrying. So maybe as a challenge to put out to all of you guys, on a daily basis, let's all start listing 5 things, or 2 things, or maybe even 1 thing that we are grateful for every day. God bless you guys. We are praying for you, and keep safe.